Hello, my people. It's your boy Mddolly. Today, I want to teach you how to code using your mobile phone. First, let me say it's not, it shouldn't be an impediment for you not to code because you don't have an access to a laptop. You can actually code using your phones, your mobile phones, and I believe that your mobile phone that you are holding right now to watch this video, you can actually make use of it to code. So now, without wasting much of our time, let's get down to business. I'll be teaching us how to code, how to use HTML to build, you know, web pages. So I will recommend this app. Okay, you can download it, and after downloading, then we can get down to business. So there are various apps that you can use. Apart from this, you can use Treb Edit and all of that, but today let's make use of this app. So click on the app after you might have downloaded it from Play Store. Then come to this place, click on Edit. All right, rename your file. It is very important to name this file. Let's name it lesson one. You can name it whatever you want to name it. Okay, so make sure after you name it, after you might have named it whatever you want to name it, so put HTML. All right, so lesson one dot html. All right, so after that you'll be able to this you see this play sign here. So like I was saying, what I want to teach you today is HTML. All right, H stand for hypertext. Sorry, hypertext. So don't mind me. All right, so HTML, hypertext. Then we have markup. Then L, we have language. All right, we have language. So hypertext, markup, language. Hypertext, markup, language. So that's HTML. So what do we mean by hypertext? What do we mean by hypertext? Hypertext means let's break it down. Hyper means beyond, text. The texts that you see on your web pages are actually hypertext, which means they are not ordinary texts that you deal with on your day-to-day activities. They are hypertext. Hypertext means text that could be linked to another text. All right, on a page of a website you have texts on them. You can actually link a page of a website to another page. All right, so that makes this text not to be ordinary text but hypertext. On pages of websites you have as well images, you have links, hyperlinks, and all of that. When you browse, you click on something like they say click here. All right, so they say click here and all of that. So let me quickly show you that. Let's say button. Okay, so and I say click here. All right, click here. So let's see how it's gonna look like. Okay, so this is the click here that I'm talking about. This is button. All right, so that's the way. So it means I've done something here. So this is just a preamble. Okay, like I've said, hypertext are what are not ordinary text. They are text that could be linked to another text. Okay, so markup markup means structuring your text in a way that the computer will be able to understand what text you're talking about. All right, are you referring to heading? Are you referring to a paragraph, and all of that? So that's markup. Markup is giving tags tags to text. Don't worry if these are still appearing to you like abstract. By the time we get down to the real business, you understand them better. So markup is giving tags to text. That's the way I will interpret this markup. So for example, you can't just be writing, you can't just be typing the way you type on Microsoft Word. You can't type those words on HTML like that. You have to mark them up. Let me explain it that way. You have to give them tags. You have to give them identification for computer to be able to recognize them as what you want it to be recognized as. You understand? So it's just like I visit a supermarket, and if price tags are not on commodities or whatever I want to buy, I might not be able to know the price of a commodity. You understand? So these are tags. Okay, like I did the other time, an example of a tag is button. Okay, an example of a tag is button. uh this The whole of the word in this is it angle bracket that they call it? This is a tag. Okay, this is another tag here. All right. So as we go into the business, you understand them better. Okay, so language means, just like we you have your English language. Just like you have your English language has its own grammatical rules that you have to follow. If you don't follow them, the person you are communicating with might not really understand the message that you're passing across. Okay, so for language, HTML, some programmers they say that HTML is not a programming language. Well, accepted, it's not a programming language. But based on what we are seeing here, it's a language because it has its own rules that must be followed. It has its own. If you have a contrary opinion to what I'm saying, you can just drop it in the comment section. Okay, so that's that. Right now, I've been able to break HTML into pieces. We know HTML is hypertext markup language. Hypertext are your normal text that you see. Markup is giving these text tags, giving them identification, structuring them so that your computer will be able to identify them, to understand them, to recognize them. So with that, it will be able to display this text to you the way the developer has actually developed it to be projected to you, to be presented to you in a way. So language, it shows that it has its own rules that must be followed. It has its own rule that must be followed. So let's look at tags. Let's look at tags. So tags, there are two types of tags. We have opening tags, don't mind me. We have number two, closing tags. Okay, we have the closing tags. Okay, so like I've done the other time, if you want to put something in a tag, this is a tag, let's say button. All right, button. This is the first one you see here is the opening tag, while this one is what? The closing tag. So if I say click here, all right, this is the content of this tag. This click here is the content of this tag. Okay, so this does not really understand the, what is it called? So can you see click here? Forget about these ones. All right, I'm just using them to explain. So click here. Okay, so we've been able to, what we did here, all right, is that we gave click here, we mark up click here we've given it tags. We gave it an opening tag, we gave it a closing tag, so that your computer, my phone this time around, will be able to interpret this click here as something which is, in a button, which is, you understand. So this is it. All right. So I've communicated with this thing to display click here, to display click here in a button. All right. So, but let's say I want to write an is it a heading? Don't mind me. If I want to write heading, there's what we call header. But this time around it's heading that I want to actually show. This is H1. All right. It means what I want the computer to really present to you that you are browsing is, let's say, on on uh on trend, all right. Let's see on trend. What we want this thing to tell us is that on trend, which is between this opening tag and closing tag, is a heading, is it like a topic, the head of your paragraph or the head of your whatever you want to see on the page of the website. So on trend, all right. So this is what I want to actually show. So now, uh let's say under this on trend, let me add some things to the content. Let's say under this on trend, digital, on trend digital. Let's see. On trend digital. Okay, that's the topic. Okay, now I want to write a paragraph. Now, okay, before we go to paragraph, we have different types of this tag that will tell you the heading. All right, I will tell you the topic, the title, and all of that. So we have another type. We have H2. Okay, close it. This thing will automatically tell you, let's say, on trend. Let me just copy. Let me just, or should I type it? Okay, where is copy now? Okay, this is copy. Now let's come here, let's paste it there. So you could see this thing, this on trend and on trend are actually the same. All right, but let's see. This is on trend digital, on trend digital. The second one is smaller. So depending on, however, I'm still going to mention how you can increase the font size, decrease the font size of your text. All right. So you can actually make use of this to, show to show different sizes of text. All right. So if I use H3 now, H3 will be smaller compared to, okay, so let's paste it there. It's not pasting, no. I've made a mistake. Let's paste it there. A3. Sorry. I need to open this H3. Alright, so let me quickly type it. On 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 trend. Okay. So let's see. Let's view it. And this has already given us another heading which is actually smaller compared to the previous one that I was talking about. Okay, so let's end this lesson. We've talked about HTML. HTML means hypertext markup language. Hypertext meaning your normal text that you are seeing, but these ones that we are talking about are beyond the normal text because you can actually link them. The text you have on a page of a website of a web page, actually you can link it to another web page. That's what we are talking about. You can put images, you can put links and all of that. So language means it has its own rules. All right, so before we end this lesson, this, if you take notes, opening tag is this, closing tag is this. It's going to be the same thing, but before the closing tag you see a slash before it, so that makes it to be a closing tag. All right, so opening tag has this angle bracket, closing tag also has this angle bracket, but immediately before the name of this you are going to put a slash before it. All right, so this is a tag. All right, so when next we are meeting, we will be talking about elements, then we continue from there. So quick one again. Let me remove this and see what will happen. Let me remove this one. Let me remove the end of this one. Let me remove this one too. All right, so what I'm trying to say here is that I did not communicate to this. All right, this is the first one. I did not communicate it as a heading, so it has reduced. Is that it's just, it has joined ordinary text that I was using the other time. All right, so that's it. Let me give it its tag again. Let me give it the tag again. H1. Okay, this thing has actually. Let me copy. Let me copy. So let me copy. Let me paste it in there. Oh, sorry. Let me paste it in there. So it's back because at first I did not obey the rule. It didn't show it the way it was supposed to show it, but now I've obeyed the rule. It has actually shown it the way it ought to show it. So if you find this video useful, helpful, please like, comment, share. Then if you have any question, please drop it in the comment section. My name is Mddolly. Thank you very much for watching. Mwah. I love you.